Way back. Oh my god. If you haven't seen the part one of this story, trust me. Come. Trust me. You need to go find it. It's on my IG story right now. Once you're done here, go look for the part one of this. It will bless your hustle. Trust me. Absolutely bless your hustle. Um, we've been talking with Gerald, who has been magnanimous again to join up. And then, yeah, amazing, amazing guy. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to bring him back in and then we'll go from there. Yes, my man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry because normally it counts us down and
Okay.
then, but I was so engrossed in your story, I literally did not see the countdown.
Oh, no
It just,
worries. No
it
worries.
just went off. So I am a firm believer that this whole session we've done, of course, we're going to put it online.
Hmm.
A whole lot more people are going to literally connect with this to the
Hmm.
point that, and because you've told your story, in an absolutely objective way. You've said it as it is. You've been
Hmm.
on the highs. You've rolled with Spike Lee. You've interviewed presidents. You've interviewed Bozeman, A-list stars, Simone, all of them. And then right on top of that, you've gone on a dip, not knowing where next to go. Now you work just for people joining. Guys, this gentleman you're watching walked up to Spike Lee, collaged straight up from London in the right place, right time, you know, and destinies collaged. Now you leave America and come
Hmm.
back with of course you're rejuvenated and you've seen the sign you because guys when he was going to America he did say he wanted to see a sign, get a sign to be sure that he's on the right path. And then
Hmm.
guess what? His sign was meeting Spike Lee. Now you come back. How did Chelsea Football Club, Nike, ASOS, TikTok, um, Secret Escape, Kojo Funds, every Samsung, Coca-Cola, Discovery Channel, Sony Music, Warner Music, how did all of that happen?
I think it was just the trajectory that I was on, and just being able to um, just be aware of opportunities that were existing, seeking opportunities and being ready for them, like I
Hmm,
mentioned before. So these were all opportunities that came, and I was ready to take them on. So whether it's through networks, whether it's through pitching, whether it's through recommendations, it was just like a myriad. I decided that I wanted to go the music video director route because I wanted to grow myself as a director. And I ended up getting representation as a director. Um,
hmm,
so again, it's something that as a creative person, I'm building my craft, but as an entrepreneur, I'm also building my craft. Um, and I need to grow in all these aspects. I need to
hmm.
keep on exploring creatively, and I need to keep on exploring as an entrepreneur and marry the two. And there's so many different skill sets I'm still to kind of, I'm still developing, right? It doesn't stop. So it's still experiences to learn from. And yeah, those opportunities naturally came, and I was ready for them. And
Hmm.
I feel like it was a natural progression that until I had maybe faced, like we talked about, how sometimes you play a game, you have to beat the boss, and you can't get past the boss until you've learned certain certain
Yeah.
lessons. I feel like I had learned enough lessons for these opportunities and these blessings to come. So when they came, I was able to face them and just naturally, flourish and succeed. So that as I move on, the next opportunities will get bigger, and that's the aim.
Wow, wow. Because now you go from Chelsea, you go to Nike, then just whilst we're getting our heads around the big things you're doing in London, I see you in Dubai, burning money and doing all of those videos and all of that. Now I'm thinking, the again, creativity, and we're beginning to round up now because I know you've spent a whole lot of time with us right now, and I
Mhm.
appreciate that. Now, how do you balance when it comes to you pitching the creativity to the investors for all of these projects?
Mhm.
What's the experience like? Because again, there could be someone listening to this thinking, you know what, I'm creative. I exactly know what I want to achieve. I know it's different. I know it's going to be on fire. But exactly how do you balance giving your creative energy that oxygen, i.e., money and investment? How do
Mhm.
the two marry? How do you do it?
Well, each project is different. Some projects, there's a brief, and with the brief is very clear as to these are the objectives, and it's up to you as a creative person to be like, okay, cool, I get the brief. Now I'm going to structure an idea around this brief and
Yeah,
present it in a nice way people can gravitate to and understand. It's clearly communicated. So there's two,
yeah,
two things I had to hone and become really good at. That was communicating my ideas and presenting my ideas in a nice way, and in a beautiful way, aesthetic way that it catches people's eyes and it makes them understand. Oh, this is what this guy is going to achieve. This is what this guy's team is going to achieve. So those
yeah,
skills came and were developed. So with the brief comes in is just understanding how to approach it, and then the other side of it is understanding budgeting. And
mm,
that's another skill that you have to learn. And that's the entrepreneurship side as well. It's like, it's all good having great ideas, but
yeah,
it comes down to how to manage budgets because that is the world we live in. Is everything is great ideas, but the
yeah,
money that
yeah.
um, cause and effect, yeah, the money that's involved in it. So yeah, it was just a natural understanding. And then other times there might not be a brief. It's up to you to then come up with something and then
Mm,
tell people, hey, I think this could work for this reason. We talked about people like Spike Lee and so on. Like, these are people who will write a script and they have a great idea. Now it's up to you to
absolutely.
go and pitch to be like, yo, I want to make this work because this reason, and
Yeah.
people buying into that.
Hmm. Interesting. And for you, again, with creativity and when you get into it, like you said, managing budgets and all of that, how do you physically, again, okay, the budget has been approved, but here you are, you know you want to deliver something in some certain way, and you're not hitting those milestones
Hmm.
and you're burning money. Where do you draw the line to say, guys, it's a wrap because we've burnt money? Or do we just continue until you get what you want? I know the cliche answer is always get what you want, but in reality, you have a client to satisfy, they have a particular budget they've approved, and you are struggling because you're not getting exactly what you want to get. How do you manage that? How do you handle that?
I think there's like so many different situations where you might not see eye to eye, but with experience, you kind of know how to approach these different situations and alleviate those stresses. I've been in situations where I've flown out to Ghana to direct a project, and at the end of it, the client didn't want to pay because they weren't happy with the
Wow.
result. So imagine being in those situations.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
learn you sometimes you learn some tough lessons. That paperwork is important,
Hmm.
and
True.
agreements are important. Putting those agreements in place are important. At what stage is this achieved? At what stage are we happy with, I don't know, a first round of changes or what
Yeah.
something looks like? Because again, creativity can be subjective, right? What you like
Yes.
the look of might not be what I like the look of.
Yes.
Um, so it really comes down to very clear approach where everyone kind of gets what is trying to be achieved.
Yeah.
And yeah, these just come from experience and then how to approach selling ideas and also understanding what people want to achieve as well.
Hmm.
Because sometimes people are very, they want something and they want you to deliver it, rather than you coming and being like, "Yo, what about this? What about that?" Like literally,
Yeah.
nah. It's
Oh my goodness.
very
Wow.
clear. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, like I said, you've got a bulletproof resume now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, the perception of you will be that G doesn't need to literally pitch himself anymore. His portfolios speak for him. Is that is that what's happening, or do you still have to literally knuckle down and pitch yourself till you're blue in the face for the projects to happen?
That's interesting you say that, but if you look at it this way, like all the greatest brands in the world you can think of right now, they're marketing to us every day. They're still trying to
True,
show that they're relevant. They're still trying to show that they
true,
exist.
true, true,
They're the
true.
loudest people in the room. Like
Absolutely.
Nike, Adidas, Apple, like like all these brands, they're great at marketing. They're great at telling their story. They're great at
Yeah.
always reminding us that they exist and that
Mm,
they're the best. And that's no difference between me as a brand or my company as a brand. I still need to sell myself. I still need to remind people, hey, I exist. Hey, I'm great at what I do. And that's just, a continuous thing. So yeah, I feel like great portfolio, but what's a portfolio if people don't know you have a portfolio?
mm.
So it's always, having these opportunities to retell your story, to position yourself in the right place, to market yourself. And it's all stuff I'm still learning how to do well. And marketing and branding, PR is all part of the process. And you start realizing that people who are successful are great at selling themselves.
Absolutely. Hmm. Hmm. And because again, I think there's a fine line between when you think that, okay, I've done this four big projects. So if you want to hire me, go check me out. As against, oh yeah, I've sent you my portfolio. I'm happy to have conversations with you just to kind of talk through what I've done before and talk through your brief and all of that.
Mhm.
So that's great and very refreshing to hear that, and you literally banged on the truth there. Coca-Cola and the big companies every single day are selling to us like it's their first bottle,
Mm.
so who are we?
Yeah, I
So
mean, even just today, someone messaged me. I haven't spoken to them in ages, but they DM me saying, "Hey, I've got a friend who, they would love a video for the company they work for, and I thought I'll speak to you." And it's like, so why are you coming out the blue to speak to me? It means I'm
yeah,
doing something right, right? So
absolutely.
it's having that visibility, having that people knowing just like straight away to think of, you know, whatever your brand is, whatever you're trying to sell, to think of you when they're in a position to, give you an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And that's the aim.
Bruv, it's amazing because we've told stories like you're 80-year-old because you've done all those big, big things. But here you are, looking fresh like the name of your company.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
fresh,
That's it.
still trying to work it out, still trying to learn every day,
Hmm.
still trying to be better in the craft. My final question to you, Mr. G,
Hmm.
is what does your happily ever after look like? What is that one thing you want to achieve, which will be like the supposed epitome of your career? If you were given a wish and
Hmm.
all wishes come true this minute, what would be that biggest thing you want to do in your hustle?
I think, like we said before, it was the whole thing of begin with the end in mind, right? So, what is the end? Because at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
not to be all sound all pessimistic or depressed. We're all going to the grave, right? So,
Absolutely, bro.
that's the reality. So it's like, what is it that you want your story to say? And for me, it's legacy. It's a legacy. It's for whatever I end up creating to have. Sorry,
Oh,
phone fell. Yeah. So,
that
um,
looked like a film move, like a special effects. Like,
I'm doing stunts out here. But yeah, for to have that legacy, man, and for whatever I do to have ripple effects for generations to
hmm,
inspire people after me to, you know, create, just to create a lasting impact, because like I've said before, it's like I don't want to just restrict myself to, yeah, I just want to make film or whatever, because I feel like I have so many ideas and there's so many things I want to achieve, but
Yeah.
ultimately these achievements can be in so many different areas, you know, like
Yeah.
one of my great mentors was my uncle who passed away
Wow.
last year. And, you know, it was like I had an opportunity to actually be on TV with him, and get worldwide exposure about a project that we've done. And
Hmm.
even taking his story and what he wanted to achieve with his life further, is like we can inspire so many young people, maybe
Yeah.
carry on what he was doing. With what he was doing was getting young children, um, or younger people to uh, help young people in his area in Ghana to, you know, learn to use art as a way, as a tool to
Yeah.
inspire young people. So I feel like there's so much to achieve, and there's so many ways it could be achieved.
Hmm.
So the ultimate thing is just leaving a lasting legacy.
Hmm. Wow. Wow. And I have a strong feeling that some big budget movie is gonna come out of this space at some point, you know. And I'm gonna be able to see it like that's G. I know G.
Mm,
I know G. And like I said, I'm not surprised. I have mad respect for you as a
yeah.
person. I have mad respect for you, for your tenacity towards your hustle.
Mhm.
And haven't gone through your hustle story, even though it's still work in progress, has just affirmed all of those things because you've told us how overrated it is for you to think that because you've now got what you enjoy to do, there's no barriers to climb anymore. It's just going to be plain sailing. You've told us how, you've dealt with the valleys right after mountaintop
Mhm.
moments in your career, and up to the point where you literally wanted a sign from the universe, like, should I go on or not? And
Mhm.
that came, and then you've gone on to do bigger things. And again, the big picture for you is legacy. And what
Mhm.
can be bigger than that? So, in a nutshell, this story, I can put it together in a film called In the Pursuit of Happiness, G's Happiness.
A
You know?
hundred. That's
And
it.
it's you couldn't have told it better.
Mhm.
My expectation of this couldn't have gone better. I am super, super happy we had this conversation, and I know that this will be very relatable for a lot of people who will come in contact with this video
Mhm.
long after now, and for people who are particularly of the same persuasion like you, art, media, film, directing, and all of that. Your story makes it, I still cannot just get over the fact that you were just walking, doing your stuff, and here comes Spike Lee. That sounds like a film. It sounds like somebody shooting a film somewhere,
Yeah,
and
100.
you know, and then the universe puts you right in front of your mentor, and what could be bigger than that? But again, that doesn't literally guarantee anything
Yeah,
if you don't
exactly,
put the work
exactly.
in.
It's like I said, you kind of have to see the signs, and sometimes these signs exist to encourage you or to
Yeah.
lead you in the right direction.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, it's still down to you. You know,
Absolutely.
it's still down to you to. We talk about elevator pitches, right? Like being ready,
Yes.
because if you have
Hmm.
2 minutes to sell your dream, then you need to be ready. Like, so
Absolutely, bro.
yeah, man.
I celebrate you, bro. Thank you for being open, vulnerable, telling us as it is, not coloring anything. You've just said it. Generally having this conversation, I'm so much in awe of what you're gonna still achieve,
Mhm.
what you're achieving now, and I'm also encouraged because again, what we're doing here is also trying to form an avenue, a platform where people can be real and
Mhm.
tell the story from a real perspective, and then even if what people are gonna take away from this is, you know what, I'm not the only one in this. You know,
Yeah.
um, I'm not the only one who feels that I can't handle it, or I don't know where to go, or there's no direction, or
Hmm.
sometimes I'm not the only one to feel like I'm an imposter because I'm also making it up as we go. So thank you. Your
No.
weight in gold is so heavy.
I
All we
appreciate it,
can
bro.
all we can tell you here at the Hustle Republic, which we call ourselves, that's a film title, bro. Hustle
The
Republic.
Hustle Republic. Part
What
one
we
and part
can
two. We'll do it.
I know. So what we can give to you is just to give you, you haven't been in front of the queen or the king yet, which I know you will. You definitely will. Trust me. But before then, we can give you the honor of being Gerald Sagoe, CHH. We call you the certified hustle hero. That is, so the next time your name is mentioned, please make sure that the
Certified
CHH
hustle hero.
is certified hustle hero. Because you're motivating, you're empowering people, you're telling stories from a fresh direction,
Hmm.
and that is never going to go out of fashion. Yes, it's written there. Gerald Sagoe, CHH. I must tell you, I've had lots of interviews, and all the people I've had have brought so much fire.
Hmm.
Yours is not in any way gone below that. You literally raised the roof down with
Hmm.
your story, and thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're
I
welcome,
don't
bro.
take my access to you for granted. Thank you for doing this,
No
and I
worries.
know posterity and legacy will pay you back in weights beyond gold. So
Yeah,
thank you so
amen.
very much.
Amen.
Mad love, bro, as always. Appreciate what you do. Mad respect.
Thanks,
Have
bro.
a
Nice
good
one.
evening
You too.
and keep shining, bro.
Thank you. Take
Yeah.
care, yeah.
See you later. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Yes, guys. Just before you run away, what did you think about that session? Um, such fresh. I don't know. How do you legislate that? You know, he's just working, went on holiday, working the streets, and then he's number one, well, foremost mentor in film, Spike Lee. You all know Spike Lee. Um, decides to take a walk down the street. No bodyguards, no celebrity, just him. And here's Gerald, who is just walking down and looking at buildings. So there's a God factor. Even though we hustle and even though we try our hardest, never neglect the God factor. The universe, the grace, has a way of bringing your hustle in contact with that force that pushes you to the next level. Please remember, it's great to do what you enjoy, but never be deceived thinking that once you start doing what you enjoy, it's plain sailing. You're still going to go through barriers. You're still going to have to jump hurdles, but you jump that with one conviction in your heart. This is what I'm meant to do. And like our special guest said, all of these experiences teaches us things that gets us ready for that time. Remember, he interviewed the president. He had probably less than 10 minutes to get it done. You don't do that if you weren't prepared. So whatever you do, however silent it is, now we have 6 people, which to some people will mean that, oh yeah, just a few people watching and all of that. But you see, the power of what we've discussed will go way beyond this live session and bless a whole lot more people, and that's what we're talking about. Whatever you do, remember, hustle continua, Victoria Satter. We keep fighting as long as you have the grace to wake up every day. I don't know how quiet it is in your journey or how discouraged you might be at this time, right now. Yes, right now. And even I'm going through my own stuff, just like you. So we're all in this game together. So whenever you wake up and you think it's just me, remember there's a whole community of people either going through what you're going through or even worse. And take strength from that and raise up your head. Thank you, Lord, for giving you another new day. And then we'll crack on. I'm so blessed with this interview. And please share. This story is going to be on my story, also going to be on my IGTV. So please share, share, share. it might be what somebody needs to listen to kind of unlock that part of their hustle journey. Till I see you on Sunday, 8 p.m., I am bringing in another Amazon. This lady has done, she literally carries fire. You don't want to miss that. 8 p.m. on Sunday, same place, same time, same channel, IGTV Live, Instagram Live. We will be going live with another Amazon, another amazing story. So get your community together. But before then, I love you. Thank you for hanging on with me and using us as your Netflix for the last 1 hour, 20 minutes. See you on Sunday. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.